All right, what's up, everybody? So, if you're here and you're watching this video, that means you are most likely a food truck or a small business owner, but most likely a food truck, and you are wondering about the Clover point of sale system, right? Is Clover good for me? Is it good for food trucks, right? And you probably have some concerns. You might be worried about, the transaction fees. How much is it going to cost? How much does that eat into my profits, right? Now, can the system, how good is it at managing my finances? Is it the right fit for me? Maybe you've wanted a system, right? Maybe you've been looking for a system that's going to help you track and report things better. So maybe, just maybe, you've heard of Clover. You probably have, I'm going to assume, because that's what this presentation is mostly about. It's going to be about Clover. Um, but you're not sure if it's a good fit, right? You talk to somebody, you saw something about pricing, and it looks expensive, right? Maybe you've heard that it's difficult to work with. Or maybe you're concerned about the Clover support because you've gone into Facebook groups and you've seen people say, "Oh, I couldn't get a hold of support. It was bad support," or high fees. So maybe you've had some of those concerns, and in this video, we're going to be able to address those concerns for you guys. Okay, I'm going to answer your questions that you've been wanting to know. My name is Max. I am the CEO and founder of Food Truck Beast, and I have been working with Clover for over a decade. I've literally installed over hundreds of these systems in different businesses, and so I have become an expert when it comes to Clover. And to be honest with you, if it's not a good fit for you, we're going to be able to find that out in this presentation. Well, you guys aren't alone. You're not the only ones who have those questions, okay? Um, there's a reason why if we go on those Facebook groups, you'll see people ask that question over and over and over. What POS system is best for food trucks? What POS is everyone using? Should I use Square? Should I use Toast? Should I use Clover? There's a reason why everybody asks those questions on a daily basis, and I'm hoping that this presentation, not I'm hoping, I know this presentation is going to answer those questions for you. So first, I want to introduce you guys to Chando's Tacos. This is one of the customers, a food truck that I worked with in Sacramento. And when I first met them, they were using an iPad-based system. So they used an iPad-based point of sale, and it was a mess. Okay, they were having so many issues. Okay, so at that time, their iPad system, I think it was like a USB or one of those larger cables that you would plug into the iPad, and every time they would turn that iPad around, it would slowly destroy that cable. And so they were very high volume, doing lots of transactions, and so it wouldn't take long for that cable to be completely destroyed. Then it would become disconnected from the iPad. The iPad would lose battery, and then boom, their operations are down, and it would cause this huge backup in the line. And so it caused them a lot of problems. Also on their food trucks, it's greasy. You have a lot of stuff going on. It's moving. That iPad gets dropped, boom, it's broken. And those things are not cheap to replace, right? They're going to be $400-$600 depending on the iPad that you have. Some of the larger iPads can be upwards to $1,000. So they're very expensive to replace. Also, iPads don't do well in heat. Okay, Apple devices in general don't do well in heat. Where I'm at, I live in Arizona, and it is 115 degrees some days, sometimes almost 120. And even my phone, just being outside, will get like this notification and say it's not going to work because it's overheating. Now, imagine having an Apple product inside your food truck where it can be 120, 130 degrees. It's going to cause that device to start acting funny and not working. And so they were having all these different types of issues with their iPad based system. Well, what we were able to do is we were able to get them the Clover Mini device. You see that here in the corner. And if you look at the food truck picture, on the right side of their window, you can actually see the Clover Mini sitting there, which is really cool. Really cool for me to be like, hey, that's our tool there. That's our system that we got them. And this was able to solve a lot of their problems. Okay, so the Clover Mini, it was able to be a great system at taking orders. So it didn't take up too much space in the food truck. As you can see, it's very low profile, small, so it didn't take up a lot of space. The register was able to put in orders and then print the receipt and hand that to the cook to prep and deliver the order. But also, as they were doing all that, it was keeping track of the inventory. So they were able to see their best selling items and worst selling items, able to take certain items off of the menu. And you could even put in notes and things like that. So you could track, your sales based on the day. So if you're a truck that's moving in different locations, you can actually track and see, okay, I was here this day. Where did we do well? Where did we do bad? So the Clover Mini was able to do that for them. The Mini is able to do all different types of payments. So swipe, tap, credit card, all those different types of payment forms of payments. They were able to do this, so they didn't have to turn customers away, which is very important. Also, they were able to take payments offline. So with their old system, they didn't even have that option. Now, there are some risks to taking payments offline. I don't necessarily recommend it unless you have to, but you want that option, and they didn't have that option before. Another client that I've worked with, this is Maya's. So Maya's also a very fast-paced business that was doing a lot of orders. Now, their problem was a little bit different. They were dealing with um, the cost of hiring people just continuing to go up, right? Minimum wage is just going up and up. And so that was creating a lot of problems for them. And so one way we were able to do that is they had one register, okay? But then we've added this device here, and this is the Clover kiosk. And this is where the customers could go and place their own orders. So basically, they now have a second register, but they don't have to pay for an employee. It's a fixed cost, and it shows up on time, and they're able to get orders taken right here on the kiosk. While having another register open. Or if things get super busy, the person at the register can step away and go be delivering orders, calling out order numbers, maybe doing food prep, doing different things like that, while they still have the kiosk there in place that's going to be working for them. So this really helped them keep their labor low and manage their labor costs. Plus, just another bonus here, we were able to eliminate over 90% of their payment processing fees. And that was by implementing a cash discount option, which Clover offers. So they were super excited about all that. Now, what is Clover? Okay, so it drives me nuts. I see people on um, different groups, different message boards where they will say, I had a bad experience with Clover, or Clover was expensive, or different things. But to be honest with you, they don't know what they're talking about because Clover is not a brand or not a product. It's a brand, right? So think about Nike, for example, right? Nike is a brand, and in that brand, they have several different lines of products. They're going to have shoes, shirts, pants, athletic wear, backpacks, and then they have multiple different types of shoes. So they have literally hundreds and thousands of different products. Well, Clover is a brand made up of different products. So if you're looking on the screen here on the bottom left, that is the Clover Flex, okay? The Clover Flex, awesome device, handheld device. It's portable. You can take it on the go. It supports a charge, so you can actually set it down, charge it up, take it with you where you need to go, take payments, has built-in cellular. Great device for food trucks. Moving over to next, we have the Clover Go. The Clover Go is a device that's going to connect to a phone or a tablet via an app. So you download an app on your phone, you download an app on your tablet, and then the Clover Go will connect to that via Bluetooth, and you're going to actually be running your point of sale from that other device. So this is a great option for food trucks that are doing low volume, doing less than $5,000 a month, and don't want to invest a lot into hardware equipment yet, but maybe are waiting to see how things go, maybe waiting to go full time into the business. Clover Go is going to be great for that. Then we also have the Clover Mini. So I talked a little bit about the Clover Mini and how it helped Chando's and their food truck. Great device. Again, it has a nice large screen. The screen's gotten larger over the years. It's going to do all forms of payment. Great system. Now, the difference between the Clover Mini versus the Clover Flex is the Clover Mini is going to need to be plugged into power. Whereas the Flex you can actually charge and it's a handheld device. The Mini is more of a small compact device that's going to be stationary. Then next over here, we have a Clover Duo. Okay, so the Clover Duo is going to be a full tablet-based point of sale system. You can see that that's going to be facing the register. And then you have what looks like a Clover Mini facing the customer. And the cool thing about this is the customer is going to be able to see what you input on the order as you're doing it. So they can actually make sure that your order is right. Also, when you hit pay, it's going to notify the customer there on that front customer facing device. The customer is then going to make their payment right there on that device. So there's no changing of hands of credit card or phone or any of that. They can actually do that all right there, which is very nice. And then last but not least over here, we have the new Clover display system. Oh, okay. There we are. So the Clover display system. Now this thing is awesome. This is a very cool, very state-of-the-art system here. It has a huge, massive screen for your customers to see and interact with, and then it has what looks like a Clover Mini on the front. Now, the screen itself is going to function like online ordering, okay? But the difference between this and online ordering is the customer can actually pay right there at the at the kiosk using their credit card. Not going to be able to do cash. There's no cash machine. You wouldn't want a cash drawer opening up with the customer right there, right? So there's no cash drawer. This is for credit card only. And they're going to be able to pay with their credit card. And the nice thing about being able to pay there present versus doing an online order, for example, is you're going to get a lower processing fee when you pay with credit card. Where when you're doing online, card not present, your fees go up. So as you can see by the image here, very slick, very state-of-the-art device. You can set this right on your counter. So depending on how your food truck is set up, or if you bring out a table, you could set this right on the table. Or there is a stand that you can get this on. So you can actually prop it up on a stand. So when you go to an event, you're going to take out the stand and take out the kiosk and set that up, plug it into power, connect it to internet, boom, you're ready to go and you're in business. Pretty much all these devices, except for the Clover Go, will work with a kitchen display system or a kitchen printer. So there is a whole line of kitchen display KDS screens that you can then put in your food truck or a kitchen printer. So when you get a customer who's going to place an order, it's going to go boom to the KDS or the kitchen printer, which makes things very smooth and very simple. All right. So why Clover? So Clover system, one of the concepts behind the Clover is that it's a system that can grow with you. So once you get the system, and depending on what system you get, you can then actually grow your business and grow the tool with you. That way you're not having to spend a lot of money up front, but you can actually start with what you need. And then as you grow, as you prove your concept, you can add on different functions, different features, different apps, different tools, different devices. And as you add those, you can grow with your business. So it becomes very tailored for what you're doing. The mobile functionality. So it's got seamless operations for various environments. It's perfect for on-the-go businesses. Several of those devices have built-in cellular, so you don't need to go get a third-party internet process or internet. You can actually use it right there on the device, which is very nice. Ease of use, simple to set up and intuitive. So I've been working with them for over 10 years, and over that time period, I've seen how they've changed and adapted of becoming more intuitive. If you can use a smartphone, you can use a system. It's that simple. It's very easy to use. Efficient transactions that are processed quick. And I don't think there's many people better at this than Fiserv. Fiserv is the one who owns Clover. Their payments are very reliable. They've been in this industry as long as anybody, and very well know what they're doing. So you can always have confidence in your payment processing and knowing that your payments are going to show up on time. Reports. These systems have all the reports that you would ever need for your food truck to help you know your top selling item, best selling locations, time of day, all these different things, all these different reports, which employees sell the most, which employees don't. Any kind of report you can think of, you're going to be able to pull and use using the Clover system. Rapid deposit is a very cool product that's offered with Clover. And so what this is you can actually get access to your funds within minutes. So if you're doing an event and you need those funds right away, you can actually enroll into rapid deposit, and you're going to be able to get your payments within minutes. Normally it's next business day, but if you enroll with rapid deposit, you're going to be able to get those fees and payments very quickly, those funds quickly. which is very nice for a food truck when you have an event coming up and you need to go buy food, you need to get supplies. Sometimes you don't have time to wait for the funds to go through the next business, and you need them immediately. Capital. So Clover Capital is also, you can get access to Clover Capital. This is basically a micro loan through your payment processing. So they'll look at how much volume you've been doing, and based on that volume, they'll be able to give you a loan. Nice thing about going through Clover Capital is the payments are done automatically through the payment processing. And instead of being a set number, it's a percentage. So on days where you have higher sales, that payment's going to be larger because it's percentage based. But then on the flip side, if you have a day where your sales are smaller, it's going to be a smaller amount. So that way you're never too stressed about paying back that loan, and you can always, enroll in Clover Capital again and get more capital for growing your business. All right, so why Food Truck Beast? Okay. So, as I mentioned, my name is Max. I'm the CEO and founder of Food Truck Beast. And what makes us different than going to clover.com or from going to your bank or going to your, anyone else who's selling Clover? Because there are literally hundreds, if not possibly thousands, of Clover resellers. But what makes us different, what sets us apart, is we are experts when it comes to food trucks. So we've been working with food trucks since 2018, specifically working with food trucks, been working with business owners since 2014, so over 10 years now. And we have made sure that we are the foremost and experts when it comes to payment processing, point of sale systems in the food truck space. So you may have seen or heard me that, I've been going to the Food Truck Owners Expo, been invited by that group to go to their expos. They just did one in Houston, and then in November, they're going to be doing one in Orlando. I've been invited back to go and to um, just interact and work with the food truck community because it is a very unique space. And people outside of food trucks don't know that. They think of food trucks as the niche, but if you own or operate a food truck, you know that there's the niche within the niche of food trucks. So no food truck runs the same. They have different operations. Some of them go to events. Some of them focus on catering. Some of them focus on going to business parks. Some of them focus on going to the same location every day. And some of them focus on having a rotating schedule. And so, because of that, each business, each food truck is going to be very complex and be diverse. And if you don't work with a consultant or someone who understands that, they're probably going to give you a product that's not going to be a good fit. But what I really focus on is understanding you and your business, where you're at, and the goals and where you want to be. And based on that, making a recommendation of what's going to be a good product, a good fit for you to help you get there. And to be honest with you, Clover is not always that. And so something else I've done is I've worked really hard to develop different relationships with other food truck point of sale systems so that if Clover's not a good fit, I can put you in the hands of somebody that I trust that's going to give you a good product. So that's a big key difference between Food Truck Beast and any of the competition out there. Another thing that's really important is our transparency. So when we are sending an agreement over with to you, we go through them line item by line item to make sure that both parties understand exactly what they're agreeing to. You know what you're getting from me, and I know what you're getting. I know what I'm getting from you. And that way, we're focused on partnerships. All right. So being partner and relationship driven versus transactional is a key way to how I do business. Which brings me to my next point. I'm a small business owner just like you. All right. So Food Truck Beast, this is my business. This is how I provide for my family. And I'm a small business. And so being a small business owner, I can relate and I can understand and I can empathize with you. I know what it's like to not have a paycheck coming in if you're not able to do something. And I know what it's like to have that responsibility of having to provide. That's something as small business owners, as entrepreneurs, where we can connect and empathize with and make sure that we are, again, partnership, relationship driven versus being transactional. And then a huge key point to all this is customer service. So when you go through clover.com or go through a bank or credit union, um, Clover does have their own line of support, okay? And they do the best they can. They do a good job, but sometimes things fall through the cracks. They might be hard to get a hold of because everybody's calling into them, and it's a call center. Well, with Food Truck Beast, we have multiple lines of support. So not only do we have the Clover support team, but we also have our own in-house support team based out of Orlando that's available Monday through Friday through normal business hours that my customers can be able to call into. So we have clover.com and we have Clover support team. We have our own support team. And then you also will have access to me. So many of my clients, a lot of them have my direct cell phone number and they reach out to me when they need things. And so you're going to have 3 lines of support if you choose to work with Food Truck Beast. So if you're watching this and you're starting to think, I think Clover might be a good fit, but I'm not too sure. We have a special offer ready for you, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm doing a one-to-one consultation. So you can reach out to me. You can connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, send me a direct message. Instagram's at Food Truck Beast, or just go to foodtruckbeast.com/payments, okay? And at foodtruckbeast.com/payments, you can schedule a one-to-one. And on that one-to-one call, we're going to talk about your business. We're going to find out where you're at, where you want to go, and we're going to discuss the different Clover products and see which one's going to be a good fit for you, if any, right? They might not be. And if they're not, I'm going to tell you that. Because again, I'm partnership, relationship driven, not transactional. And if everything seems to work out, things make sense, you decide to move forward, we're going to give you a $500 statement credit towards your first month of processing, okay? Excuse me. So you get $500 statement credit towards your first month of processing. Plus, we're going to give you a free 30-minute tax consultation with 1-800-ACCOUNTANT. So we have a special relationship with 1-800-ACCOUNTANT. They work nationwide, and we're the only ones that can make this offer, right? Now, as a business owner, you have a lot of different things going on, and you can't be the best at everything, right? That's why you hire a lawyer. That's why you hire a POS consultant. That's why you hire a chef. That's why you hire a CPA or an accountant. And these people that you surround yourself with should be making you better, making your business better. One way that we want to give an additional value to our clients and customers is through this partnership with 1-800-Consultant, where you'll get a free 30-minute consultation with a tax expert who's going to be able to talk about your business and how you can optimize your finances, as well as answer any questions that you have about taxes. So huge value there. Now, Food Truck Beast, you may not have heard of us. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But here's what some of our clients are saying. So we have Fresh Mex Express. Fresh Mex Express says, I got a brand new point of sale system. They set everything up, programmed our menu, and input our employees. Max and his team did an excellent job. Thank you. I will recommend them to anybody. Then we also have Posh Bagel. My friends over at Posh Bagel, they said they are a great company to switch your merchant services to. They have lowered our rates and helped us a lot with our new Clover Minis. We highly recommend them because of their transparency and customer service. Thank you, Posh Bagel. Cilantros, love working with them. They said, I promise you, Food Truck Beast is the company to trust for all your merchant service needs. I've been operating and owning restaurants for 37 years, and their customer service is exceptional. Thank you, friends. There is never a problem with any of the merchant deliverables. They're the only people we trust for our credit card processing. And then our friends at Maya's, we were using Toast POS. You may have heard of Toast, right? So they were actually using Toast, but the fees weren't what we agreed to. Okay, so they had signed an agreement and the fees weren't what they thought they were. And we were constantly having issues. We contacted Food Truck Beast and they got us the help we needed right away and drastically lowered our monthly expenses. So you may still be wondering, is Clover too expensive? Well, again, one thing that we would do during our one-on-one is discuss which option, which device, if any, would be the best fit. They all range in different pricing from being $50 to thousands of dollars, right? Depending on the device. And while that initial cost may seem high, the Clover point of sale system can save you money in the long run. One, by eliminating processing fees through our cash discount program, or also by reducing operational inefficiencies. So by helping you know what your labor costs and your food costs and all those different things will help you be more efficient and reduce costs in the long run. Will setting up the Clover point of sale be complicated and time consuming? This thing is easy, guys. It's super simple. If you can operate a smartphone, you can operate the Clover point of sale. You'll be able to get it up and running, no problem. And if you do have questions or issues, you're able to give me a call and we'll get you the support that you need. What if I encounter issues with Clover? So going back to the support, not only do we offer at Food Truck Piece, we have 3 lines of support. Okay, so 3 lines. We have Clover support. We have our own in-house support team here in the United States, and you also have access to me as well. So those 3 lines of support, no one else is offering that. No one else is able to deliver on that, but we're able to offer and promise you that in from Food Truck Piece to make sure that you get the help that you need if there's ever an issue. And then last, I've heard Clover has bad support. Is that true? You know what? Their call center, sometimes they can be difficult, just like any call center. I'm not going to lie. But that's why we have those other levels of support in place. Not only are you able to work with me, but I'm also my own in-house personal support team will be able to help and assist with any concerns. So wrapping things up, some case studies and success stories. So Maya's Taqueria, Salantro's, Posh Bagel, and Fresh Mix Express. They each had different challenges. Maya's, they had high fees, frequent issues with toast point of sale. The solution, we got them the Clover point of sale. We made sure that we got them the best rate possible. We actually put them on the cash discount program that lowered their monthly fees and expenses. And then we also gave them the best support out there in the business. Cilantro's unreliable merchant services and poor customer support. Same thing. Okay, we got them the Clover, we got them the best customer service in the industry, and we were able to make them happy. Posh Bagel. So they had inefficiencies. They had high rates with their previous merchant services. They actually didn't even have a POS, so they weren't able to track anything. So we got them the Clover Minis, lowered their processing rates right off the bat, so they started saving money immediately. And the systems, the Clover Minis have more than paid off themselves from that. Fresh Mix Express. So they had a need for a new point of sale system. And then they also needed help in, they had a lot of employees, so integrating the employees into their system. So we actually took the time of putting in the system, helping them with their menu and making sure that those employees were input correctly so that they could be efficient from the get-go. So as you can see, we've done a lot. I've been doing this for a long time. If you have any questions, okay? If you have any questions, schedule that one-on-one. Okay, schedule that one-on-one consultation today with me, and mention when you schedule. Make sure that you mention to me that you've seen this because this is a special offer. I don't give this offer to everybody. You're not going to find this publicized in many places. So make sure you let me know that you saw this offer and that you watched this video and that I offered you that 500 credit and that 30-minute tax consultation, or else you won't get it. So if you don't tell me, you're not going to get it. So make sure that you let me know that we've offered this to you. But yeah, hop on a call and let's talk. That's it. That's all you need. There's no pressure. You don't have to buy. You don't have to buy. Just schedule a call, get on the phone. Let's get to know each other. Let me understand your business, and from that, I'll make a recommendation on what Clover point of sale I think is going to be the best fit for you, if any. And again, if it's not, that's okay. We're not transactional. We are relationship based. And so I've worked really hard with other point of sale systems out there to have those types of relationships where I feel very confident if I'm making a referral, if I'm sending you somewhere else, sending you to a POS, I know you're going to be taken care of. And we want to make sure that you're giving the best service possible because running a business, especially running a food truck, is really, really hard. It's not easy to do. So it's important to surround yourself with the professionals that are going to be able to give you the most value and help you. And that's the role I want to be in, is your point of sale consultant who's going to be able to step in and help you when you need it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys, and hope you have a great day.